Welcome back to a new post today. And today let's discuss something about India's neighbor and also a strategic partner, especially the relationship of strategic partnership with this country is even more becoming more interesting, deeper, I would say. And this is not the first visit of India to this West Asia nation, who has been playing a very important role, especially with regard to the Indian diaspora and the Indians living there. They have contributed a lot via remittances, and now we are going to have an Hindu temple also in this country. It's none other than the United Arab Emirates. And so Prime Minister Narendra Modi is on a visit to UAE along with his visit to Qatar. Recently, Qatar released 8 Navy officials who were given a death sentence there, and this is seen as a diplomatic victory for India. And now India is on a visit. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, representing India, is on a visit to UAE, and a very big development coming from there is about the usage of UPI, or Unified Payment System, where you can just pay for purchasing from there, or if you're a tourist there, with a click of a button on your phone with the payments app, you can make a payment. You don't have to go and exchange money in your dirhams, or you don't have to pay extra charges for exchange services as well. So it's going to become really easy for the tourists and also for businessmen. Let's have a quick review of the important points that took place during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the UAE. Now, the very big highlight of this visit is that Prime Minister is going to inaugurate the first Hindu temple in Abu Dhabi, and this was decided way back in 2015 itself. And the United Arab Emirates King, who Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls his very dear brother on his visit, agreed for building this temple in Abu Dhabi, looking at the largest diaspora, that is the Indian diaspora which is located there, and also the contribution with the development of UAE as well. Now, this is the 7th visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to UAE, and you can just imagine the deeper relations because of this. We both have recently signed an FTA, and this FTA is really doing very well, and it is the 2nd visit to Qatar as well since 2014. And Prime Minister, let me tell you, was awarded the the Order of Zayed, which is UAE's highest civilian honor, and the title was conferred upon him in 2019. India and UAE are scripting new history, partnering in areas such as fintech, innovation, to build on the relationship that dates back to 1,000 years ago. Now, the premier speech of Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be at a very big event called as Aahlan Modi, which means welcome Modi, at the Zayed Sports Center Stadium at Abu Dhabi, which will bring about 60,000 plus people of the Indian diaspora and also others to greet Narendra Modi there, and which is praised by the United Arab Emirates, or UAE President Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, for taking care of almost 3.5 million expatriate community of India and also strengthening the bilateral ties. Such community events are not new, and they are a regular feature of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit, especially as foreign visits, and he uses such occasions to focus on the strong strategic partnership between India and the other countries. Here it's India and UAE, and also he highlights the community's role in bringing two sides closer and also fostering and boosting the development between the Emirates and India as well. Now, India and UAE are scripting history together for the 21st century, and they are part of a strong basis they have a strong basis of history as well. Very hard working community in UAE, which is contributing a lot not only to UAE but also to the India as well. UAE is the 3rd largest trade partner of India and the 7th largest investor, and both sides are closely cooperating to improve the ease of doing business and also ease of living as well. Agreements were signed between the two countries during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to integrate the financial systems and also to strengthen technology and innovation partnership. Now, India shared its RuPay card stack to develop UAE's domestic card system known as J1, and the India's unified payment system will start to function in the Emirates, facilitating seamless payments between the accounts across the countries, and we can easily send money to the family members. If you have any in UAE via India, you don't need to exchange the money. So what exactly is this interlinking of UPI and ANI? So this connects India's UPI with UAE's instant payment platform called as ANI. Because of this interlinking, people can directly send and receive money between the bank accounts of the two countries using just mobile numbers, similar to how your UPI works on your mobile phone through your Google Pay or your Phone Pay or Paytm, etc. Also, businesses can use Paytms from each other's country in instantly and securely boosting trade and commerce. Sending money from India to UAE is expected to become very, very easy because of the linking of UPI and ANI system. And so someone from India can simply open a UPI app, enter the recipient of the UAE's mobile number and the amount that needs to be sent, and click the button, and the money is just deposited. Indian Bank will securely transmit the money through the request to dedicated channels through the ANI UPI of UAE. ANI will then identify the recipient's bank and forward the request. Within seconds, the recipient's bank will verify everything and credit the money directly into the account, completing the transaction instantly, conveniently, and very, very efficiently. Interlinking of RuPay and J1 is another big feature. This connects RuPay's card with UAE's domestic card scheme called as J1. It means tourists and businesses can now use their tap and pay RuPay cards directly to process a payment like your Visa card, eliminating currency conversion and fees and reliance on foreign cards. So this is the main aim of the interlinking of RuPay and J1. Now, what are the important developments? What are the important MOUs that were signed when Modi ji was on a visit to the UAE? The most important was, first of all, you have to remember he's going to attend the World Government Summit of 2024 now in UAE, and he was going to deliver a keynote address. He was given a guard of honor when he visited UAE, and also yesterday Prime Minister also will address the Indian diaspora, as I told you, in the Aahlan Modi's meeting, and also inaugurate the first Hindu. But apart from that, there is a slew of MOUs that are being signed between India and UAE to only deepen the strategic partnership. Let's have a quick review of them. So the bilateral investment treaty, and this agreement will enable further promoting of investments in both the countries. India has signed the bilateral investment treaty and comprehensive economic partnership agreement with UAE, an MOU on cooperation in the field of electric interconnection and trade, and this opens new areas of collaboration in the field of energy, including energy security and energy trade, and an intergovernmental framework agreement between India and UAE on the India-Middle East Economic Corridor that was just decided in the G20 meeting during India's presidency. Now, this will build previous understandings and cooperation on this matter and foster India and UAE cooperation, furthering regional connectivity. An MOU on cooperation in digital infrastructure projects. This will create a framework for wide-ranging cooperation, including investment cooperation, digital infrastructure sector, and also facilitating technical knowledge, skills, and expertise. Cooperation protocol between the national archives of the two countries. This protocol will shape extensive bilateral cooperation in the field, including restoration and preservation of archival material, and MOU for cooperation in heritage and museums. This would foster engagement between the two countries, aiming at supporting the maritime heritage complex at Lothal in Gujarat, which dates back to the IVC. Agreement on interlinking of instant payment system, that is UPI and ANI. This will facilitate seamless cross-border transactions between the two countries, not only between traders but also tourists and also expatriates as well. And this follows the MOU on interlinking payment and messaging system signed in last July during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Abu Dhabi, and an agreement on interlinking of domestic debit and credit cards RuPay J1 UAE, an important step in the bilateral financial sector cooperation. This will enhance the universal acceptance of the RuPay across UAE and integrating an internationalization of rupee even more than before. That is what I would say. So these are some of the most important developments with regard to Prime Minister's visit to UAE, a very, very important strategic partner, and deepening cooperation and relationship between India and its immediate neighborhood, that is the West Asian neighborhood. So many more developments to see in future, especially during at the end of the visit between UAE and Qatar, and new developments coming up with Qatar after a diplomatic win by securing the release of 8 naval personnel. So this is all which you should look forward about, and if you I hope this information was really helpful to you all. If you did, please do like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to comment at the end of the video, and I shall see you in my next post. Until then, very happy learning.